Bernard here. Welcome to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And a brand new feature today. I'm going to give this a go, this one. It's called the One City Show. So there we go. This is episode 1, brand new one, 19th of January 2021 I'm doing this. So yeah, just a little bit different. I usually do a magazine vlog on my preview vlogs. Obviously I'm trying to keep things down to 15-20 minutes if I can, so I thought I'd switch off the media thing and just do a little bit more dedicated one. So this is just a look at social media, the newspapers, what's online, etc. Just a quick look, and hopefully have a poke a bit of fun at some people, and perhaps get some useful information as well, and some great stuff out there for us fans that we might have missed. Some of this you've probably seen, some of this you may not have seen, and it's always nice to go through and what we do. And I'll try and do this certainly once or twice a week. So if you like it, let me know. As I say, I do these vlogs, and I try to be a little bit different. I try different things. I drop things out. I include things. I come up with new ideas. So it's great if you can get some feedback off you. Let me know if I'm going the right way with these things and you enjoy them. Because as I said, if I do the same as everybody else, I'm gonna have a little feature, obviously, on all the other City fan channels as well, and I will give little promotions for them, whether you know, when they come up with some good stuff. So please, if you can give us any feedback, it's how we sort of, you know, I do have my own little ideas, but there's anything you'd like to see as well. I do make errors as well. I mean, obviously, I have a couple of guys. I did one recently where I totally messed up my stats, and just point it out to me, because I'm not perfect. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, I'm not perfect by any means. So yeah, give us your feedback. Let me know what you think. And if I was doing the same as everyone else, I'd probably just jack it in, to be honest with you. So I'm trying to come up with something innovative and interesting for you all the time. So hopefully you appreciate it and it goes down well anyway. But thanks for your support anyway. Please, if you're new to this channel, just check out all the playlists. Please push that subscribe button there. I'm gone over 600 now. I'm trying to get up to 700 by the end of February, so if you can give us any help towards that and point other City fans in my direction, that would be fantastic. And as I said, please check out all the playlists, all the City history stuff and City present stuff. This is a City present now, of course. This is as up to date as we can get, this one. And please, you also notice some stuff on my film and TV channel as well. Yeah, I do little reviews, film reviews, drama reviews, information vlogs on what's out to buy and all this sort of thing. So if that's of any interest, have a flit over there as well. And or if it's not, or there's someone else you might know might be interested, please point them in my direction. And there are a couple of links on screen for Facebook and Twitter as well. So anyway, less of the waffle. Let's get on with it. Let's see what we've got on this first episode. Right, the first little section around the fan channels. Yeah, I mean, all right, I'm not up there with the guys. I mean, I haven't got nearly 50,000 followers like Mr. Esteemed Company. I haven't even got almost 15,000 followers like Man City Fan TV. I haven't even got just over 3,000 followers like City Fan TV. But hey, I've got a dedicated bunch, and I just want to support all the fan channels out there. I know we don't always see eye to eye, but I think it's important every one of us support all the fan channels. And so if there's anything crops up that's interesting that I see when I have a quick look through these other fan channels, I point it out for you. The first thing that struck me was obviously Man City Fan TV do a Friday night social, which is quite interesting. And last week they had a Spencer Pryor on. So if you want to have a listen to Spencer Pryor's thoughts and memories of City, etc. Obviously, it's included. I think it's over 2 hours they did on that one. So yeah, if you're interested in Spencer Pryor at all, please seek out Man City Fan TV. All the links are always in the body of my description, but in the things below anyway. They always have been since day one, since I started this. So check that out. Yeah, that's our Friday night social. And of course, it's January, isn't it? It's a season of silliness, isn't it? Transfer season silliness. And the guy you need to go to get all this, because I'm not going to do it, because this guy does it a lot better than I'd ever do it, obviously, is Mr. JSGC. I'm not going to do his catch line. I'm not going to do his catchphrase. I'm not going to be cruel to him. Yeah, so he's obviously every day in January he's doing a transfer update. I'm of the opinion 99% of what's in the papers is absolute garbage anyway. I'm only convinced when Cheeky's got the guy with a pen and paper at the desk. That's the only time I take any real interest in transfer rumours, unless it's funny and interesting, like there's a couple of things here I'm going to talk about. But yeah, he's your guy, JSGC. Again, the links are below, and you're probably with him anyway. I think he's got quite a lot. He's got thousands and thousands of subscribers, lots more than me. So he does a great job. So seek him out if you want the total news on transfers anyway. I might mention another channel or two as we're going through this, so bear with me. I'm not going to mention everyone every time. It's just when something happens that I think you might be interested in watching. Yeah, they've got some City images past and present there. I'm going to put them on screen. And these are some, obviously they're not new images, some have appeared many times. I'm not quite sure of the source, so my apologies for the original source of these images. But yeah, if there's anything like this, I'll just share it and post it up. You might have missed one or two, and you might like these images. Yeah, there's 4 images up there. The top left, of course, is that was fairly. I've not seen that one before actually. That was pre-season train on the 10th of August 1950, with the old scoreboard in the background, and that's how it was when my first visit in the 60s. Of course, they had that old scoreboard and the open ends. So it's nice to see images like that I remember as a kid. That's how it was when I first went to Main Road. That's a great image. I couldn't recognise any of the players. I mean, Oakes and Roy Paul and Troutman should be in that picture, but I couldn't quite recognise any of the guys on that one. Top right, yeah, that's a good one. That appeared this week. There's some writing on it, but I couldn't see who it's from originally. But I could read that it was the 3-3 draw with United at Main Road on November the 6th, 1971. I must admit, looking at the picture before I saw that, I thought it was late 60s, early 70s, based on those cars, obviously the wonderful cars. And if you notice, there's no sort of jail bars around the main entrances, obviously, which is what it was like, certainly when I first started going. So yeah, I put it at the early 60s, 70s, but there's some little writing on it. It sort of said, and my apologies again, I'm not sure who posted that originally or who's anyone's got copyright. I know certain big guys put big marks on it, who it is, don't they? But I'm not sure with that one. But I just thought it was a great picture, fantastic picture of the old Main Road, the old main stand as well. So I shared that with you. Of course, the bottom left, I've probably seen one or two. We've probably seen that image a few times, but it's just nice to look down. I'm not sure of the road that we're looking down that led to the main entrance at Main Road, to be honest. If someone out there will know which road that was. But yeah, that's obviously got to be towards the end of Main Road, hasn't it? If you look at the fascia and the colouring, how it's put together, that's sort of in the last dregs, isn't it? The last knockings, if you like, of Main Road, I think. Although there's no date on it as such, but I've got to imagine it is. I've got to imagine it's the last season, few seasons anyway. Certainly, if not the last season, that might be why the picture was taken. But again, I don't know where that picture's come from. I just thought it's a great picture. And of course, I just flung the other one in. We've seen this many times, haven't we? Obviously, the hill at Blackburn Rovers. I mean, I wasn't lucky enough to get a ticket, and I wasn't eager to sort of go down there and try and watch the game or get an overpriced ticket or watch the game on the hill like those guys did. But yeah, it's gone down in folklore, the hill, hasn't it? But I'll bring you some of these images every time we do one of these little features anyway. So there you go. News NEUS at Design SBY NEUS. So it should be on screen. I'll put it on screen for you there. Yeah, again, obviously it wasn't that long ago with Colin Bell, was it? He's done a little tribute. Great image there on screen now. And he said, "My little tribute to the King. He brought happiness to a whole generation of blues. I belong to a different generation. That's why I decided to picture him with our newest icons. We're incredibly lucky we've been able to enjoy such great players." And then he went on to just explain a few details. Must have been asked about one or two things on the image, and this is how he explains the image. The crown represents his nickname, of course. Well, I think most people would have known that. People called him the King of the Kippax. Well, yeah, I mean, there's someone questioned the other day saying I never heard him called the King of the Kippax. I mean, I probably knew him as the King, but I had heard people saying he was the King of the Kippax as well, so that's fair enough. He goes on to say Silva and company are pictured smaller than Foden and Aguero because it represents they are no longer at the club. Yeah, so that's reasonable. They are also looking at the middle, looking at Colin. So yeah, and I mean, he probably had a few comments why such and such small, and this is what people like, aren't they? So, yeah, I think that's a fantastic image. So, yeah, give him a follow, and I think that's a lovely tribute. And also a guy I feature a lot of there. Yeah, I mean, obviously Pep's birthday this week, wasn't it? It was 50 years young, wasn't he? That's what they say. And of course, Mr. Don Grant did a little image of Pep there to celebrate Pep Guardiola's 50th birthday. I think most of you know Don Grant, don't you? So obviously give him a follow if you're not already following him. And you can contact Don, of course, for personalised stuff as well. You can get stuff personalised. He does it to order at www.dongrantwallart.co.uk. But some great stuff. I mean, I've got one of his things in. I've got a Vincent Kompany image myself there that someone kindly bought for me off from Don Grant. Absolutely superb. Right, on to what the papers say. Yeah, I mean, special mention. I mean, just a couple took my eye this week, or last 3 or 4 days when I've been looking at this. Special mention, of course, to the Daily Fail. I mean, their investigative journalism is certainly at its best, and obviously going along with this transfer silly season, you probably saw the headline and looked at it, and other people have picked up on it. Pep Guardiola lines up £200 million attacking overhaul. I mean, I've heard that and I've seen that, but then they go on to name a couple of players, with the ex-United striker Romelu Lukaku, I think that's what we call him. I'm sorry, I thought that was his name, on his shortlist alongside Erling Haaland. Well, I mean, Lukaku, a Pep player, really? Do you think? Yeah, so him and Haaland up front, and Erling Haaland, I honestly don't think it's happening. I mean, I'd love it to happen, of course I would, but I think he'd be at City already if it's going to happen. I think he's got a dodgy agent, hasn't he, or an agent that doesn't like City, and we have a lot of trouble with him and various things. And obviously Chelsea and United are sniffing around as well. And I believe I saw a headline, Alpha Inga Haaland commenting about playing for United, but I read his comments and it wasn't really saying that. But obviously it's how the journals twist it and make it that way. So anyway, Lukaku, really? For Pep, what do you think, guys? Let me know. I'm a way out here, I'm a way off the ball, but yeah, of course I'd love Haaland, of course we would, but I can't see it happening. I just can't see it. I'm sure it would have happened by now. I'm sure it would. But hey, there you go. Perhaps there's things going on behind the scenes we don't know about. The Fail, though, does have one guiding light, doesn't he? Who talks a little bit of sense. I mean, obviously, he's not a City fan by any means, but at least he sort of does stick up for City occasionally. He was talking about Martin Samuel, yeah, because there was a recent job vacancy advertised at City. And he obviously brought into this, obviously, with the Emiliano Sala incident with and this is what he said. Martin Samuel: mollycoddling players make sense when it is a matter of life and death. With proper support, Salah might still be with us. And this is because of Man City's advert for a player support officer that led to mockery over mollycoddling. So yeah, anything to do with City is going to get stick from the media, isn't it? Social media and the other medias. But obviously, as Martin Samuel goes on to point out, settling into a foreign country can be difficult and players are in need of help. Yeah, I mean, we used to have our old younger players used to sort of rent from, used to be things in the programme for people to rent rooms and look after our younger players, and it's a similar thing. I mean, they were probably coming from Ireland and Scotland and other parts of England and stuff like that, and Wales, but obviously it's the same now with your foreign players. I mean, he goes on to say, Martin, young wealthy stars settling into a new club are an easy target for the nefarious. I mean, yeah, we've had our own things, haven't we, at City, with the obviously guys have seemed to settle. And I mean, Jesus had a problem, didn't he, when he first came? He sort of struggled to settle. So, yeah, and Martin Samuel said if Salah had proper support after, he might still be with us today. So, I mean, yeah, so interesting point by Martin Samuel, that. But again, I didn't see the advert by City, but it's very, very well put anyway. And I say, why take the mick of City? Is it just because it's City? If Liverpool had put that advert out, would they have received the same sort of not abuse, but laughter and ridicule? Probably not. And Matt Hughes at the Failed reports, again, another guy. I don't know much about Matt Hughes, obviously, I'm sure, but he's obviously reports, I've seen it elsewhere, infuriated as Derby blocked the permanent move for goalkeeper Scott Carson. Yeah, our quality player. I mean, where would we be without him? The guys in the changing room won't be laughing as much anyway, would they? Because obviously he's great for morale, apparently. I am Pep. I won't charge as much as Scott Carson charges, and I'll get me gloves as well, because I can probably still do as good a job as Scott Carson's being asked to do at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I can do that. I can get the morale of the team up, mate. Give us a chance, Pep. You're listening. If you're watching, which I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're watching this, Pep. Yeah, give me a go and send him back to Derby. I'll be all right for you. Yeah, so yeah, it's because they need what it is. Derby need the £500,000 loan fee due this month to pay the squad's wages. Yeah, they are struggling. There is a takeover going on over there, but they are struggling to pay all the players' wages at the moment. And having Rooney in charge can't be a good time for him, can it? And yeah, Derby have loaned Scott Carson to City for the last 2 campaigns. City want to make the keeper a permanent signing during this transfer window. Pep, I'm here, mate. Get me, come on. The Championship club are unwilling to cancel their loan agreement with City. The Rams need the £500,000 due from the deal this month to help pay wages. I mean, well, I assume we will pay them some money for Carson. I don't know what the ins and outs of that are, but poor Derby County. But I'm sure we won't go. I'm sure we're not going to panic over that one, to be honest with you. And the Express, yeah, the Express have had their some computer hard at it again. I mean, obviously they do this from time to time. I think they did one quite recently. I don't know how often they do this, but I mean, just do it once or twice a year. You don't have to do it every couple of months, you know, or every couple of weeks, basically. Yeah, and after the Palace game, City's Palace game, and after the Liverpool United game, etc., they've done the prediction with the supercomputer, and yeah, we're gonna win it. We're gonna win it, lads. We're gonna win by 1 point from Liverpool. It's our league to lose now, obviously. So we're going to get 46 points from the next 21 games, and that's enough to do it. That'll do for me. I'll be quite happy with that. 46 from 21, I think that's certainly doable. So if you can get those blue ribbons ready, that'll be fantastic. Interesting, if you look at the table there, Fulham, West Brom and Sheffield United all to go down. And they're the three who are in the bottom at the moment as I'm doing this. But Sheffield United down on 8 points. They've got 19 games left and they've got 5 points. Are they really saying that in 19 games they'll only amass another 3 points? I mean, I know they're not great, but surely, come on. Even the Sunday team might pick up 2 or 3 points playing in the Premier League, surely in 19 games. I mean, so that sort of does cast doubt on the little supercomputer in my mind. I mean, perhaps the computer isn't as super as we think. I mean, it is a little bit odd, isn't it? So over 19 games, another 3 points. They might be right. I'll be proved wrong with this thing, which I'm quite happy to be proved wrong with this little vlog I'm doing now, this little feature. Yeah, but we'll see whether it's a souped-up ZX81 the Express use, or perhaps it's Japan's Fugaku supercomputer they've used to crunch the numbers. I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash. I'll keep a note of this for later in the season. Anyway, let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep a note of that table and see what happens later on in the season. Interesting headline back on. I mean, they're not obsessed with us at all over in Liverpool, as you know. But there was an interesting headline in the Liverpool Echo. Here you go. Here's a cracking headline. Liverpool cannot afford to make Man City's Kevin De Bruyne a mistake with Thiago Alcantara, is it? I don't know how you pronounce his name, mate. I have no idea. To make the same mistake, Kevin De Bruyne mistake. I mean, what mistake's this? I mean, Liverpool have a player who compares to the Man City star Kevin De Bruyne, did he? Oh, there you go. In terms of talent, in Thiago, whatever his name is, and must not fall into the same trap. We fell into a trap. Did you know we'd fallen into a trap? Obviously the implication we were too reliant on him, and we've got nobody else whatsoever who can do anything if Kevin De Bruyne is not playing. But it's certainly an interesting discussion. It's one of those headlines, isn't it? A City, a one-man team, Kevin De Bruyne sort of thing. But anyway, it's interesting to see the Liverpool Echo still obsessed with us. They don't care about us, do they? But they still throw out headlines like that. But hey, there you go. And what do you reckon? KDB against Thiago? Is it Thiago how you pronounce it? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thiago, is it? So I say I have no idea. I don't give real much interest in Liverpool's players until we play them, and then I forget them soon after. Yeah, so that was an interesting one from the Echo. Interesting on ESPN FC, yeah, a little feature. Manchester City is 2 levels above every other team in the Premier League. There you go. See, they get those ribbons ready. Yeah, we must do. That's Frank Leboeuf. Remember Frank Leboeuf? Got all French. Yes, Shaka Hislop and Steve Nicol were also involved in this little interview, and they shared their thoughts on who might win. Who they think is the best pick to win the Premier League this season. Nicol agrees with the bookies, who are obviously odds about 8 to 15 this morning as I'm doing this. Nicol picked Manchester City, obviously the ex-Liverpool player, there you go, to win it all, even though their front three has not been in sync. Have we got a front three? I thought we had a midfield three playing up front. Leboeuf agrees with Nicol and also chooses Man City as favourites and looks forward to their match-up against Liverpool in February. Well, don't we all? I'd be happy with a point there, wouldn't you? I mean, I know we were slagging United off, but I'd kill for a point at Anfield, to be honest with you. Their match-up against Liverpool in February to provide some clear-cut answers. So let's hope we're sort of 4 to 6 points clear of Liverpool by the time that game comes round. I'll be a bit more comfortable then. I don't mind going to Liverpool losing and still being above them. That'll do for me. Yeah, on the City site, we always have a quick look at the City site on this. Not sure what the guys at Man City were doing on Sunday morning, the 17th of January, but you probably saw that. I can't play it. I don't know what the copyright rule is on playing the music. They released a video entitled "Just Clearing Out the Vocal Cords, Ready to Cheer on the Boys Tonight," and it was a sea shanty, wasn't it? It was Sergio, Raheem, Gabby and KDB mouthing the words. If you get a chance, please have a look at that. It goes back to the 17th of January. I hope it's still on the at Man City, so have a look at that. Have a look out for that. It's very, very funny. And for the Matchday programme versus Palace on the 17th of January, Citizens Juniors, nice little feature. It was Julius Strexon, aged 9, from Doncaster. Her favourite player was Sergio, and her best memory was a 1-0 win against PSG on the 12th of April 2016. So that's always nice to see the Citizens Junior. If you look at, please check out the digital programme. It's usually available on the day of the matches, and then you can look back at old ones as well if you go onto the City pages. And there's a good piece in that programme as well from Marc Riley as he poses questions for the lovely, wonderful Jo Lake, of course, wife of our wonderful, fantastic Paul Lake. She's an accomplished writer in her own right, of course, and a massive City fan. So some great questions from Marc Riley. I must admit, I do get a little bit bored with Marc Riley's columns sometimes, but it's nice when he's doing these little interviews with other fans, etc. So that's great. Please check that out on the City site. It'll still be there. If you just look, we might have to scroll through the pages at the bottom, but it'll still be there. We got some great images as well from there, and I hope he doesn't mind. Kevin Cummins, he's got some great images. Obviously, the City photographer, including some 1976 homecoming pictures with the League Cup there I've got on there, but I'm sure he doesn't mind. I mean, that's Kevin Cummins, fantastic. He does some great stuff, and he obviously features in the digital programme, and that's some images from the last one. On Thursday the 21st of January 2021, so if we're not there yet, or it's backwards, there's a new City TV feature which tells the story of Sean Wright Phillips. It's a subscribers only, this one, but obviously it's about Sean Wright Phillips' City career. It's called Sean Wright Phillips, City's homegrown hero, charts the progress of one of our most popular players in the modern era, from his early life in London through to his first and second spells at City, featuring interviews with the man himself, his mother Sharon, and the former teammates Dickoff, Dunn, Gota. City's TV's latest feature explores how Wright Phillips came to be idolised by the fans. I mean, yeah, I did hug him on the front row of the Kippax, and that's my claim. I think Sheffield Wednesday game, I think, or West Ham. I've lost the footage now. I used to have the footage, but I've lost it. And he jumps into my arms on the first row of the Kippax Street. Fantastic. So, yeah, it's the only professional football I've actively hugged in my life. So there you go. Couldn't do it now though, could we, in COVID? So yeah, they provide their own input into why the academy graduate was so adored. Well, he's a great lad, wasn't he? I mean, that's why he was adored. Yeah, and as you know, Pep's birthday, so obviously on the City site, if you look through, there's some stuff about him as a manager and stuff as a player as well. So again, just do scroll through the pages to find that on the City site. And upcoming City games, diary for EDS, the Academy and the women. Wednesday the 20th of January, 5:30 p.m. The women take on Chelsea in the League Cup or the Continental Cup. It's actually live on City Plus, that game. And for non-official City coverage, yeah, I'm going to give a mention on the women's game. The City Fan channel, obviously with Ray at the City Fan channel, he has lots of videos, and he has a couple of the girls who actually do reports on games. So if you want any more non-City official stuff, obviously City Fan TV with Ray's the place for women's football, so please seek that out as well if you've not already done before. Saturday the 23rd of January, the Academy in action, 11 a.m, Everton versus City in the Under-18 Premier League. The EDS, Monday the 25th of January, 7 p.m, at home to Blackburn Rovers. And also there's the recent 4-0 win over Derby. As I'm recording this, it was last night, included a lap hat-trick and also a red card for a petulant kick-out from him at a Derby player when he was on the ground. Brief highlights are free. You can watch the goals plus the petulant kick-out from Mr. Delap. But the full game is actually going to be available on City Plus, so for subscribers only. And, of course, the latest offering, the Man City podcast. Yes, they do a podcast, reflects on our excellent Premier League victory over Crystal Palace. So seek that out if you've never watched that. A lot of people don't realise City do a podcast. And also free on the City site. Yes, I looked at this. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Master creator Kevin De Bruyne has given his verdict on assists from Manchester City players past and present. So he sits down and has a look at some of the assists, and even a couple with the outside of the boot, as he did against Palace the other night. So yeah, watch Mr. De Bruyne's opinions on that. So seek that out on the City site. That's free as well. You don't have to pay for that one. That's not City Plus. And a couple of things out and about, just on social media, that took my eye that was known. Obviously, there's anything concerning the games and stuff. stuff, I'll include it on the reviews and previews, but this was just general stuff. Obviously at City_extra, I didn't include this in the Palace thing, but yeah, another win, another clean sheet, and another 3 points for the lads, and yeah, and a great image there. If you look at the image, absolutely fantastic. I think it may have been Photoshop, that actually. I think I don't think they were out and about town like that, but yeah, it's a fantastic. Well, I know it is, but I'm just having a bit of fun. Yeah, so great. It's at City_extra. That was a fantastic. That made me laugh. It made a lot of people laugh. There's a lot of love out there for that image. And we'll finish with a on a regular. Well, you know, I do my quirky stats obviously on the match reviews. Obviously, Stats City, just an interesting stat. I wouldn't normally pick this up because obviously it's nothing to do with the game we played or the game we just, well, it is something to do with the game we just played, but obviously it wasn't posted on the night. But yeah, Stats City, great stat this to finish on. Man City have conceded just 6 goals in their last 20 games in all competitions. This is the best ever return in any 20-game span in the club's entire history. There you go. I love my history, and there you go. Let's expand that. Hey, let's keep going. Let's break another record. We've not broke one for a month or two, have we? So that's not a bad way to end episode 1 of this, is it? Please. Oh, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. I just thought a little bit different. I think it's a little bit different to what's out there. A little bit more and hopefully entertaining. Please check out all my recent Citizen vlogs and obviously the film and TV stuff as well. If you really fancy having a look at that and have a look at what I do over there, that'd be fantastic. And look out for a special Player in Time feature, a new one. Yeah, this is part of my City Pass, a Player in Time now, and it's on an ex-City player. No longer with us, sadly, died back in 1999, I think. Top goal scorer, Mr. Joe Hayes, that will be coming out. It won't be out as you're watching this, if you're watching this brand new, but it will be out the day after. So from the 20th of January, I think that'll be available to watch. And it's Joe Hayes, who was at City from 1953 to 65. And he also, top scorer, fantastic, scored tons of goals, up there in the top 10 of goal scoring. It might be the top 5 now, I can't remember. I recorded it a few weeks ago. But he also happened to be, like me, as blind as a bat. So there you go. How many would he have scored if he could see what he was doing? You couldn't wear contact lenses in those days, or glasses. So hey, there you go. Yeah, so keep a lookout for that and enjoy all my stuff. That's fantastic. Anyway, what we're going to do the rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other until we meet here again on the Citizen channel, or perhaps you flit over to my film and TV channel, wherever it is, please. All I can ever ask of everybody is please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.